Hey guys, I'm Jonathan, and today I'll be talking to you about compute as the next asset class. So, for background, our team has built over 100 data centers in the past, and we are now leveraging that to provide compute, not necessarily decentralized compute, but more so contribution of compute from a bunch of data centers around the world, T3, T4, Amazon level type security and privacy to the network for AI companies in the Web 2 and Web 3 space. Yeah. So what we see is really compute is the backbone of the fourth industrial revolution. So the cloud computing market, which has really grown from where it was in the early 2000s to where it was now and where it's going to become, we see this as a multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar market cap space that we are addressing. So big tech is eating up the GPU supply. So right now we see all the large incumbents taking out everything that NVIDIA or even AMD or Supermicro outputs. A16Z did a good quote. The supply of compute is so constrained that demand outstrips it by a factor of 10. So what Exabits is doing is we are addressing this on the decentralized AI side. So we deal with the computation side. Where we built a lot of technologies on top of our network and also help it other companies build on top of our stack as well. So Exabits, our goal is first prove that we can aggregate a bunch of GPUs from the data centers that we've helped build in the past. So we gathered thousands of GPUs. As of now, there's as much as 65,000 GPUs in our network coming from our partner data centers, to provide that we prove that we can make it work, make these GPUs work for enterprise companies. So we've been generating hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And number three is how do we sort of decentralize not necessarily the contribution, but more of the ownership of the cloud that we are creating, which is Exabits. So in Exabits War Chest, like I said earlier, we have over 100 data centers. Over 65,000 GPUs spread across the world. The closest one we have here is in Malaysia and Singapore. So back last month, October 2049, we had an event at one of our partner data centers. Also in the event was HP and Dell and representatives from NVIDIA, who we work with to help scale their operations in Singapore. On top of the stack, we've built a lot of technologies to leverage and make use of those GPU clusters that we have. So we've built a lot of coordination layers and a bunch of technologies that actually speed up the amount of GPUs that we have. So performance-wise, we have made some 4090s as performant and speed capable as A100s. It's not as fast as it should be, but on the other side, the value proposition that we have is that for one customer, they were paying $150,000 at AWS prior to working with Exabits. Then when they shifted over to Exabits, we cut down their costs by as much as 72%. So they're now paying about $43,000 per month as opposed to the $150,000 that they were paying at AWS. Another thing that we did is with our technology, we increased their training speed by about 30%. So we hit them with like a double whammy, right? We save them on costs and we increase their training speed. So the time to train and cost is really differentiated from the large incumbents. We've built, because of our technology is so efficient, and also cost efficient as well, we now have a consortium of distributors. So Aether, Akash, NextGen, IONET, they're all leveraging a piece of Exabits infrastructure and technology, and as well as our resources, so that they can too provide decentralized compute and compute resources to their own customers. And on the right side, it's a bunch of customers that are currently leveraging Exabits and are now have shifted over from the traditional AWS onto a more decentralized platform, which is Exabits. So our end goal, the step 3 that I mentioned earlier, is how do we enable token holders to reap the benefits of all three forms that we are addressing, right? So how do we service AI companies? We're generating MRR on that. How can we work with more distributors and compute providers? How can our token holders reap the benefits from that? And on the traditional side, how can we leverage our past history of building data centers to build our own supply? So instead of having a huge reliance on these third-party providers, how can we make token holders help us acquire our own GPUs to increase the internal margins that we have? Yeah, that's basically Exabits in a nutshell. Keep it short and sweet. So we're looking for more customers, of course, institutional investors who want us to help build this new infrastructure of Exabits, get our own supply, and help us scale in that way. Thanks.